Good morning. So, as we talked this morning, we have wind today here in Klaipėda. So, thank you very much for the Royal Embassy of Norway and Klaipėda ID for inviting me. I think that Lithuania and Norway, we have a lot in common and topics to discuss. I'm glad to start the discussions about renewable energy, and mainly today I will focus on two topics, so offshore wind and hydrogen, green hydrogen, renewable hydrogen. With the climate crisis on the doorstep, I think that renewable energy is becoming more competitive and more accessible. Therefore, I think it's fundamental to focus on development of renewable energy in order to manage the effect that the climate change brings us. Oh, it works. The strategy of Lithuania that for energy sector was adopted in 2018, 3 years ago, and we have a clear goal and vision to become climate neutral by 2050s. How are we doing? Our targets for 2020 were 23% in the final energy consumption, and we are doing even better. We reached 27%, and actually we already shared this surplus with other EU members. We made two contracts for that, and also invested the money in the renewable energy. Now we also are talking with a few countries that are lack for renewable energy in 2020, and I think that we have possibilities to even go further in this topic. The question, how are we doing this and what are our main focus? So by 2030s, we expect at least to triple the wind energy and at least double solar energy possibilities in Lithuania. These numbers, they mainly focus on onshore wind topic, where we see the possibility, and our transmission system operator sees the possibility to develop onshore wind around 2 gigawatts. Also, the offshore wind potential in Lithuania, it's 3.35 gigawatts, and therefore we plan not only one offshore wind park, but we see the possibility for 2 parks already. Why is this? Because we are still importing around 70% of electricity in Lithuania, and we do not have a sufficient amount of local generation, especially green generation. The first park, probably some of you already know that last year the government adopted already the special territory and planned the way that we will develop this first park, and now the Ministry of Energy, we are working on preparatory studies, territorial planning, and other necessary work in order to launch the auction, the tender for the first offshore wind park in 2023. So this autumn there is a draft law in the parliament that we expect to be adopted successfully. This first park, I think it brings huge opportunities also for Klaipėda seaport, and I think that we have these few years until the auction is launched and until we have the winner who will develop this wind park in the Baltic Sea. We have to make sure that our port is also ready to be explored in the way that the technologies would be ready in order to develop this wind park. Turning to hydrogen topic, what we're doing is we expect that next year we will have a clear roadmap and the strategy for hydrogen. I think this topic now in Europe and everywhere in the world, it's very important in energy sector, and many countries already have the strategies for hydrogen, not Lithuania, but we are getting there. Alongside with this, we are pooling the financial resources from a recovery and resilience facility and EU modernization fund. We expect at least 300 million euros to be financed for hydrogen facilities. And also next year, I assume that after we have this hydrogen roadmap, we will discuss the regulatory framework that we will have in Lithuania. What is the future of hydrogen? The studies showed the good news that Lithuania will be the green hydrogen exporter in 2050s. So you can see the extract from this study, and we have a well-developed gas network, and also we will soon have a link with Poland. So I think this brings even wider opportunities for us to be connected with Europe and to use the gas link in order to export hydrogen when we have a surplus. But to have green hydrogen and to have the surplus, we have to, of course, develop enough renewable energy that the economy would work in this way. So thank you very much, and I wish good discussions today, and I would be more than glad to answer your questions, should there be. Thank you.